what you can find in Europe, in the US, wherever. And so we have projected that once we start that process, through those commercial production units, we will be able to then support the smallholders as nucleus, as you know, for service provision. But we project that we should be able to produce maize grain and other grains at a cost that is less than a half of the current cost today. We've done our computation. We've seen that if we scale and we use technology and we have engagements where we are working with knowledge, then we will be able to produce a lot. So we'll be coming to talk to you members, those who want to be in any part of the partnership. Either you have land available, we can put it under production, or you want to be an off-taker processor to sign on. So UGMA, I'm sure that is music to your ears. Or if you want to just take a financial stake into it, where you can invest in the process just as a financial investor. And then, of course, COMEX there, when we produce, we would float some of it in the exchanges. So those are the conversations we have, because we have looked around and we have seen that we have to embrace large-scale commercial production to supplement our smallholder, and we cannot just get stuck on smallholder every other day and leave alone the commercial, because if you look at all the publications in this region, government policies, there is nowhere where commercial production of food grain is discussed, nowhere. So it's something, again, we are also lobbying to see to it that we can have that support coming in. So I said that when we were recognizing Brazagro. We also have the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They are here. Can we clap for them? Are they? Where are they? Kenya National Chamber. They are down there. Very important when they give us the certificate of origin and all that. And then we also have facts. So we have many other guests that I would not have time to recognize all of them now, but just to welcome you and ask you to enjoy, engage, and so on and so forth. So I think most of us looking around, I see I've been able to get some energy to listen to our keynote address today from our chief guest, the Ambassador of Serbia, Dragan. He has accepted to come to speak to us on the overview of the grain sector in Serbia and to talk about opportunities for partnership with us in the region. And he's not only the ambassador for Kenya, he will tell you shortly. He is the ambassador for the whole region, including even the representative to UNEP. So he will tell us shortly and give us his experience, his sharing the opportunity. Your Excellency, I have the opportunity to invite you to give us your keynote address. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Gerald. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and pleasure to have been invited to this wonderful meeting of the East African Grain Council. I am deeply impressed with the turnout. Not only do we have people from the grain sector and business, we have here the banking sector, we have the Kenyan Chamber of Commerce and Industry with us. We've listened to a very enlightening speech on mycotoxins and aflatoxins, which spoil our grain and potentially our food intake, from a very learned Mr. Pierre. But your executive director is not only a very proficient executive director, he's a wonderful master of ceremonies. So, Gerald, if you ever lose your job, you can go into the media, you can go into entertainment, you know how to really conduct the proceedings in a room full of people, and you do it with charm and style. Now, we are told that there is no such thing as a free lunch, so I better try to be at least a little bit as interesting as our executive director here. So I am the ambassador of the Republic of Serbia, I have a problem here in Nairobi. When my secretary calls and says to whatever institution in Kenya or in the region, this is the embassy of Serbia, they say, Zambia, Zambia? No, I'm not the ambassador of Zambia, even though Zambia is a very good friend of Serbia. I'm the ambassador of Serbia. Serbia is a country that has been around, and a nation that has been around for about 1,000 years. We're quite an old European country. And in the 12th, 13th, 14th centuries, all the way until the mid-15th centuries, we were quite a nice kingdom in Southeast Europe. Christian kingdom until the Ottoman Empire occupied Southeast Europe. And then we were occupied by the Turks, the Ottoman Empire, which was a major empire in the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries. They ruled the most of the, not only Turkey, most of the Middle East, and they went all the way up to Vienna. So they ruled most of Europe, Southeast Europe. We managed to liberate ourselves from the yoke of the Ottoman Empire in the mid-19th century, but our brothers, some Serbs, but also other South Slavs, were still occupied by the Austro-Hungarian Empire. After the First World War, the Serbs were victorious, so we managed to get rid of all our occupiers, or to make it simpler, to Africans, colonizers. We became an independent country in 1918, and we decided to join with our cousins and brothers, other South Slav nations like the Croats and the Slovenes and Montenegrins, and we created a country that was called Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia was attacked by Hitler and Mussolini during the Second World War, but a charismatic communist, but who was very independent-minded, called Tito, managed to organize a resistance, and we basically freed ourselves, and we were a socialist country that were not under domination of Moscow. At the beginning a little bit, but very quickly Stalin and Tito had a break, and Yugoslavia became a very much independent country, and Tito, together with the president of Egypt, Nasser, and the Prime Minister of India, Nehru, created something which was called the non-aligned movement. And in this non-aligned movement, one of the basic goals and aims was to support the independence of African countries from colonialism. So my former country, Serbia, is the biggest part of Yugoslavia, was very important in supporting the independence of most African countries. If you go outside and have a look at my license plate on my car, it says number 8. So Yugoslavia was the 8th country in the world to recognize the independence of Kenya, for example. And I love to point this out to my American colleagues whose number is 29, or my British colleagues whose number is 22. We are 8. And our embassy was opened here in 1963, just a month after your independence, and the father of your nation, Jomo Kenyatta, insisted that Tito's ambassador should be his first next-door neighbor. So our embassy was next to State House, in State House Road, until 2-3 years ago, from 63 to 16. We then decided to move to Runda. I, as our executive director said, I'm not only the ambassador to Kenya, I'm the ambassador formally to Uganda, to Rwanda, to Burundi, to Somalia, to the Union of Comoros, and also Eritrea. We were covering Eritrea here from Nairobi because of the problems Eritrea was having with Ethiopia. Now that they're friends again, I am proposing that our embassy is now accredited to Tanzania, and that our colleagues in Addis Ababa should take care of Eritrea. But our embassy in Addis Ababa was closed 1.5 years ago, so now I'm in charge formally of 7 countries, and as Gerald said, 2 UN organizations, the UN Environment Programme and UN Habitat, but I'm also informally in charge of all the countries that were part that were the responsibility of our embassy in Addis Ababa, which is closed. So every day, our small embassy of only 3 people deals with 13 countries, and it's a very big job. We're trying to do really as much as we can. And Serbia, which after the breakup of Yugoslavia, which was unfortunate, I used to be a diplomat of Yugoslavia, now it's we have 6 countries that have emanated from that bigger country, but Serbia is the biggest. Belgrade, which was the capital of Yugoslavia, is the capital of Serbia. And we are the only former republic of Yugoslavia which had such a big role in the development of Kenya. We have companies, for example, in the 80s built the Kiambere Dam here. So some of this electricity you're getting is coming from Serbia. We are the ones who built. So Serbia still has a big presence in Africa. We have 14 embassies in Africa. The other republics are usually not present. They might have 1 or not even 1. So Serbia is continuing the story of strong political but also economic relations with Kenya and all the other countries. I have presented my credentials to all the presidents. I have been obviously with President Kenyatta, but I've been with President Museveni. I was with President Kagame. I was with the presidents of Eritrea, even President Farmajo in Mogadishu on several occasions. And we want to develop economic relations with the region. Serbia is very much aware, first of all, of our history, that we've been around since the independence of all of these countries. We had a very strong economic presence. When I had the meeting the other day, somebody mentioned they remembered a company that made shirts here called Luncheon. You might remember that. I was also told that Yugoslav tractors basically from Serbia, IMT and IMR, were very present in the 60s and 70s, especially I'm sure they were used in your grain production. So these tractors are remembered. We want to bring back our agricultural machinery, and we want to help with some smart agriculture solutions to develop your development of your grain sector. Serbia and Belgrade has a world-famous Institute for Maize, which is very, very well known. I think your maize production can be increased, and I will make sure, and I've already talked with the members of the East African Grain Council, that we get scientists and experts from the Maize Institute in Belgrade to come here and see what we can do to produce, to increase the yield in Kenya and in the region as a whole. Serbia is an important agricultural producer. Most of the grain and wheat and maize and sunflower and fruits and vegetables in former Yugoslavia came from Serbia. Our northern part of Serbia, the province of Vojvodina, which borders Romania and Hungary, is really a grain basket. We are very good producers, and we have surpluses of both maize and wheat. But if we were more diligent and proficient, like, for example, our Dutch friends, Serbia would have the capacity to feed the whole of Europe. It's a really important granary in that region. This is why we have strong production. We also are exporters. I talked with my Chamber of Commerce the other day, a very, very young but very expert and hardworking fellow who covers Africa, and he showed me that we have been exporting some wheat to Kenya. Statistically, we exported from the Romanian port of Constanța in the Black Sea. Our exporters have silos there, and from there they ship throughout the world. So some wheat has been coming to Kenya. Now, with this terrible problem that we're having in Ukraine, and Serbia is a friend of both the Ukrainian and Russian peoples. These people are close to us, and we are suffering because of this war. And the whole world is suffering because we're having a food problem, we're having an energy problem. And the Ukraine and Russia were very significant exporters of grains, especially wheat, to the Kenyan market. So I got in contact with the East African Grain Council, with the Millers Association, and we are trying to see whether Serbia can step in, because there might be some problems with the supply of wheat in the next few months. We imposed, there was a mention of an export ban. When the problem started in Ukraine, our government said, oh, wait a minute, we better ban exports because it's important that we have our own stocks. But they've liberalized this. We have a liberalization now. 150,000 tons per month is possible to export. But as mentioned at the meeting we had 2 or 3 days ago, our exporters are most probably going to export this to the usual importers that they know well, and Kenyans they don't know as well as they should. And that's my job, to try to get them to get more acquainted, because for Serbia it would be very, very interesting to fill in the gap that is now appearing in the East African market because of the problems of Ukraine and Russia. We don't want to benefit because of problems of other countries, but if there's an opportunity, why shouldn't we take it? And we are a very friendly country to all of the countries in the East African community. A month ago, my embassy processed about 100 scholarships that we've given to Kenya, Uganda, Burundi, Somalia. These students are now in Belgrade. They get free tuition, free lodging in a very nice hotel, free food, pocket money, and they get a degree. And it's all done by the Serbian government. And we donated vaccines to most countries in the region. I was at the Ministry of Health last month. We donated 50,000 vaccines to Kenya. We are friends. The Kenyans come and run at our Belgrade Marathon, and they win all the time, which we love and we enjoy. So my message is that there is a Serbia. It's not Zambia and it's not Siberia. It's Serbia. And it's part of former Yugoslavia, a very friendly country that wants to do business with Kenya. And I hope that with a joint goodwill, we will try to do something. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Another clap for Your Excellency. You have had very inspiring stories and opportunities. Their embassy out there in Runda is always open, so if you want to even take a visit to Serbia, it's not complicated. It's quite, they'll process your papers, they'll give you your feedback quickly, and they don't come with too many complications of a long list of things you must provide. So yes, thank you very much, Your Excellency. And so having heard from the ambassador, I know now our minds are thinking the kind of opportunities we can follow through. And I want to invite our ambassador to come back here and just acknowledge, give some token of appreciation to our partners today that have worked with us. So I want to call him back here to present on behalf of EAGC. So the first presentation is a certificate and a plaque, and it will go to our main sponsors of the day, Equity Bank, Kenya Limited. Please come forward and receive a certificate of appreciation and also a plaque from the ambassador. So Equity team, come and receive. You know, you are a team of...
So I'm presenting this to them.
Yes, please.
I have a roll. Told you, no free lunch.
And that plaque can be received for somebody. Okay, Janet. Yeah. A clap for the Equity team, and the Treasury team from Equity said they want to also give us some more goodies, so I think we'll listen to them shortly. Thank you very much. Thank you, Equity team. The second to be recognized is the one who spoke for us here, told us the solutions. Pierre, where are you? Please come forward and receive a certificate of appreciation, followed by our You know, we are talking grain today, and we have one institution here that was at the table also at the formation of EAGC, as Equity said. And that organization that was among those that sat around the table to form EAGC is the National Cereals and Produce Board, NCPB. And they are here today. They are also part of our exhibitors. Please come forward, NCPB, to receive. Where is the team from NCPB? Come forward and receive your certificate of appreciation. Then we have, thank you very much. Pass our regards to your MD, who is our treasurer. The MD of NCPB, Mr. Kimote, Joseph Kimote, is the treasurer of EAGC, so we are back online. Thank you very much. Followed by GrainPro. GrainPro have also been a long-term stakeholder of EAGC, providing solutions. So come forward, GrainPro, to receive a token of appreciation. And make sure you also visit the exhibition tables out there. So Rose Ndongo from GrainPro. Here. Here. From FCAN Leasing, are they here with us? They did finance a tractor, brand new tractor for a farmer group. A farmer group deep in Tharaka Nithi. We took the request to them. The farmer groups were able to raise 30% deposit, and FCAN paid financed the whole thing. They financed, and those farmers have a tractor with a trailer that is a tipper trailer, and they also have a plow. So they're able to do all that because of being enabled by FCAN Equipment Leasing. They are also exhibiting, so if you want equipment, whether it's a mill or any equipment, so long as it's an equipment and you want leasing for it, FCAN are there for you. Then we have Sorella Scientific. Sorella works with us every other day to address aflatoxin, to train people. They supply aflatoxin testing kits, and they're also exhibiting out there, so thank you very much. So that's Peter Mutuku from Sorella. The team can move quickly to take a picture with the ambassador. Very well. Then we have Bell Industries. Bell Industries are also a member of EAGC. They are also exhibiting out there. They produce the Pix bag. So if you can be coming forward from Bell Industries. And then EAGC did a lot of work to create the warehouse receipt system legislation. That is Bell Industries. Thank you very much. So we have the CEO of Warehouse Receipt Systems here, and they're also an exhibitor. So Sam Ogola, please come forward. When we were doing the law and creating the organization, we didn't know that Sam Ogola would be the CEO, but he is there together with a board member who is representing EAGC in the warehouse receipt system, Rose Mutuku. Rose is an immediate past board member of EAGC. She was our treasurer for 4 years. And so from the Warehouse Receipt Systems Council, we have worked closely with them to certify warehouses and to get grain put in the warehouse together with NCPB. So far, we have how many certified warehouses, Ogola? Come and tell us. How many warehouses have we certified? And do we have grain in the warehouses?
5 are certified, and we hope to have about 30 by the end of this year by incorporating the community built warehouses. Thank you.
A clap to WRSC and a clap to our guests. Thank you very much for doing that for us. And so I think we had a request from the Equity team to the Treasury. They said they had some goodies for us from Equity Treasury. Let's hear these goodies. That's why we are here. Give us the goodies.
Thank you, Gerard. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Winnie Mwai from the Treasury team at Equity Bank. And we come carrying goodies that are going to just give you an insight of the solutions that we have for you. for all of you. From the Treasury team, we would like to just let you know that our rates for conversions of currencies are very competitive, and I believe that is going to give you value as you do your importation and exportation and are looking to make payments. Then we allow you to do that on an online platform which we call EasyFX, that gives you convenience and allows you to be able to do conversion without having to call into the bank or into the dealing room. We are also able to do for you derivatives products or offer you derivative solutions that help you do your cash flows by giving you par forwards. And par forwards are where we will normally hedge for you a rate or hold a rate for you to use in the future when you're buying or when you're selling your currencies. And also for value add at individual level and at company level, we give you access to treasury bonds and bills for enhanced returns through custody and for enhancing your savings portfolio. So those are the goods we have. And as we have the one-on-one interactions, we are going to give you more information that is, I'm sure, is going to give value to all of you. Thank you.
A clap for Equity for those goodies, and we will be following them for sure during the B2B, which is just starting now. So we are flowing seamlessly from this stage to the B2B. I can see those that came to buy and sell. They are already, from their eyes, from their body language, they are saying, he should finish these stories. We start the buying and the selling. So yes, we are actually at the tail end. I would like to invite board member Augustine Mutijima to come forward, present some members' certificate to some of the members who are here. So Mzuri Flour Mills, come and receive your EAGC members' certificate. Mzuri Flour Mills, Capwell Industries, come forward to receive your membership certificate. Kimbria East Africa, please come forward. Mzuri didn't come. Are they here? Capwell, come forward. It's all right. That's Capwell. Mzuri is not here. Kimbria East Africa, they took off. All right. Capwell. Look at the camera. Risa Flour Mills, are we here to receive our membership? Risa Flour Mills. Ngarua Grains, Ngarua Cereals and Produce Cooperative Society. Ngarua, they have always been very strong. Thank you very much. Ngarua, come and take your membership certificate. Grain Pro Kenya Limited. Down, yeah, okay. Grain Pro, and then Kimakamaka Grains. Kimakamaka Grains. Very well. Right, Kimakamaka Grains. United Farmers and Processors, please come forward for your membership certificate. United Farmers and Processors. iGrain Apps. iGrain Apps. Who is iGrain Apps? Pierre. iGrain Apps, you know, you are a member of EAGC. Come and receive your membership certificate. Tandem. Thank you. iGrain Apps. So Mzuri Flour Mills and Kimbria will bring them to you later on. So we are coming to the tail end of this event. We now would like to, thank you very much, Director, would like to invite one of the members of EAGC to move a vote of thanks, and after that present a token of appreciation to our chief guest as soon as he comes back. So we invite the member who represents the members of EAGC at the Warehouse Receipt Systems Council and immediate past treasurer of EAGC, Rose Mutuku, and because Kenya is also host, to give a vote of thanks to all of us for coming and for all the engagements and to also present this to the guest as soon as he is back. Rose.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the honor to give a vote of thanks, to pass a vote of thanks. EAGC is always at the bottom of my heart because for the 16 years that EAGC is in existence, have served 9 years in various capacities. So I love EAGC, and as members here, I think that we need to move EAGC to the next level. Let's start trading. Warehouse receipting is with us here, and I always say that because we fought for that act. It's here. The banks are here, ready to start financing. So as members, let us move grain trade to the next level. Let's run commodity trading in this country. So as I pass the vote of thanks, I'll say that let's continue doing the best that we can. So Your Excellency, Ambassador Dragan, of the Embassy of the Republic of Serbia in Kenya, representative of the various ministries and state departments of the government of Kenya, representative from the development organizations, representatives from trade and and commodity trading in this country, processors, board members of EAGC, and members and all the members of EAGC. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege and a great joy to stand here on behalf of Eastern African Grain Council to deliver this vote of thanks and to this 16th EAGC Annual Members Luncheon. I would like first to express utmost thanks to our chief guest, Ambassador Dragan, Embassy of the Republic of Serbia in Kenya, for gracing us with his presence and delivering his inspiring keynote address. I've just learned a lot of things about that you're the 8th country to recognize Kenya. We didn't know that, so you learned a lot. And I usually watch some of your movies with the tax fighting, so I'm a fan of that. So I know that with your courage, we can move forward to another level. So Your Excellency, your mere presence here speaks volumes. Your passion for Kenya and the East African region is quite evident in the way you delivered your keynote address. You have demonstrated your commitment to the Republic of Serbia in Kenya. EAGC is certainly looking forward to future collaboration by leveraging on the opportunities and mutual interest between your country and the Eastern African region. We hope that through EAGC support, our local millers will be able to access a share of the wheat out of the 150,000 metric tons per month available for export to from Serbia. And you know that wheat now is becoming a very expensive commodity in Kenya. I also deal with wheat processing, so I know that. And if you can also get oil, please bring it, because now we are buying a liter of oil at how much? 300 plus. Sunflower oil, yeah, bring it, we need it. So I also like to thank our members who came from different countries to attend this 16th AGM. Members Luncheon and the business-to-business meeting, scheduled to take place shortly after this session. We look forward to contracts for trade facilitation and significant trade volumes being signed for trade. And not only signing, let the trade take place. So the EAGC Secretariat will be on standby to work closely with the trading parties and at the B2B to ensure that the trade is actualized. Allow me to thank our partners from the Kenya government, among them the Agricultural Transformation Office, Warehouse Receipt System Council, the Kenya Commodity Exchange, who has been working hard to ensure efficient and effective Kenya commodity trade facilitation, Kenya Plant Health Inspection Service, the Agricultural Food Authority of Kenya, who have been working also closely with EAGC for many years. I wish to thank key partners from the private sector, among them the United Grain Millers Association, our partners, the Trademark East Africa, who are also, and most of our sponsors, the Equity Bank of Kenya, FKN Leasing Limited, NCPB, GrainPro, and iGrain. A big thank to our exhibitors who have today showcased to us that the latest technologies and innovations in the grain sector, and also I'd like to urge all of us to be able to exhibit what we do at the Grain Council, and it's also a way to support East African Grain Council to move to another level. We thank the Equity Bank Kenya, FKN Leasing Limited, Sorella Supplies Limited, Peter Mutuku there, my brother, Warehouse Receipts System Council, GrainPro, Bell Industries Limited, Interfield Food Testing Laboratory. And by the way, members, Interfield Food Testing Laboratory gives the best rate, and it is an arm of EAGC. So take your food, they test everything, from even water, processed food, your grain, and all that. And I was very surprised the other day, I lost one of my test laboratory results that I did 2 years ago. And when I called, I wrote to Nancy and told her, I need a copy of my certificate. She was able to send it to me. So yeah, that is what they do, and they keep their records very well to support all of us members. So for us as EAGC, we commit to continue, one, engagement with the members and the sector stakeholders for insight and directions for the new strategic plan that we are just going to start, 2023 to 2027. We are also looking to position ourselves to increase fundraising and provision of fee-based services to increase sustainability. So members, if you have a donor or a grant or an activity out there, remember to partner with EAGC and let us work as a team. We also committed to strengthen EAGC strategic business units, the GSOCO, GBI, and RATIN, to strengthen service provisions to members and the grain sector at large. We also provide services to smallholder farmers as the base of the grain service to improve grain quality and reduce post-harvest losses. Provide strategies, direction for the smart market concept for the future based of the current pilot supported by the Rockefeller Foundation. Support improved supply of animal feeds through the promotion of the insect-based feeds at regional and continental level in partnership with the CIPE and supported by the Rockefeller Foundation. We'll also continue to advocate for policies to improve the enabling environment for trade. With these few opening remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I also wish to thank you all and invite you to continue enjoying the luncheon and the networking that EAGC events today present to us. Not forget also to thank the organizers of this event, the management of this hotel for the ambient environment and the welcoming environment that they have provided for us. Also the sumptuous meal that they have given us. So God bless you all. God bless the grain sector. Long live EAGC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rose Mutuku, for moving the vote of thanks. We have from Zambia, Zames represented. Are they here? We clap for you. Zambia, Zames. They were here. Clap for Zambia, Zames. Thank you. We have also Kenya Seed. They trade a lot. They sell. Kenya Seed, where are you? Very important partners. And we also have the African Region for Standardization, ARSO, whom we have an MOU with, and we work closely. Thank you, ARSO. Because when we standardize standards in Eastern Africa, we work with their input, and they get adopted in the whole of Africa so that we can do trade, even for CFTA. And now let me request the board members present to come forward with our chief guest so that we can present a small token of appreciation to our guest. Come forward, board members present. And Rose, you come back to present the token. We want to appreciate our guest so that we can give a small memento and put the name of EAGC in his office, because he will have to display it somewhere. So,
it will end up in my study in Belgrade.
Okay, just present. So on behalf of all of you, Rose is presenting to our ambassador a token that says that we appreciate the time. Jane, the photo. And now I want to invite all of us to come forward and we do a group photo to close the day. Come forward and find a space. Come forward, come forward, come forward. We do. Forward a little bit. Yeah. Come forward and let's mark the history of today. So, how far back there? Okay, Ambassador, you can sit here. Chairman, have a seat.
But we wanted people to sit in the back.
But when the people back,
They'll switch, they'll fit. Come forward and join the group photo so that you are part of acknowledging today's date. Come forward, okay.
You want to sit here, Gerald?
No, it's all right. Yes. UGMA, you are not in the photo. Yeah. UGMA, NCPB, you are not yet in the photo. Our media colleagues, they are not yet in the photo. Umoja Grain Millers. You want to add a few things?
I'm surprised you are speaking.
Move to this side, there's more space here.
Smile. 1, 2, go.
So the B2B room has been set. It's next door. When you go there, you will find your table with your name, and you can take your position and start doing trading. You're going to buy me. You're going to buy me.
We have these students.
I've got section. You bet? Let's go to the B2B. If you had finished your lunch, if you had not, you can finish. But let's go to the B2B room. It's the room next door. You get out, you turn on your left, you'll get to the B2B room. And then we start engaging.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
He's
Yes.
not Serbia, Zambia.
Yeah, he was sent by the Secretary General, but they have to change.
Thanks so much.
Let me see where the table is.
Get a position.
Actually, he mentioned to me was we needed the EAGC to make it.
So I have my colleague who is supposed to